Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man, Leif Taylor. Once again, I'm back this Wednesday, and today I want to talk about clipping mask. So, before we get started, let me share it to the usual places and then we'll get going. Give me 1 second. And the program we'll be using today again is Procreate, which is my program of choice. And what I have up right now is actually Illustrator. I'll switch over to Procreate once we get started. So give me a second and we'll make it happen. I always have to double check and make sure that the stream is working correctly. And once I've verified that, I'll get it rolling. Hopefully everybody's having a great day today. Cool. Let me make sure it's get shared a couple of spots and then we'll get rolling. This always seems like the longest part, at least for me anyway. Share it to my homepage. Two more spots and then we'll get rolling. Funny, I just saw. See, I'm looking at this on Facebook, and it looks like it was actually transcribing my text. Captions are auto-generated. That's very neat. I didn't know it could do that. One more spot, and this will be fairly quick today. I want to make sure that I give the information in a succinct manner so you don't get lost. And I'll be adding more onto this as time goes by. At any rate, got it shared, and let's get this rolling. So right now, as you can see, I have this character. This is my character, Big Head Charles. And this was originally designed in Procreate. This screen that you're looking at right now is actually Illustrator. I'm going to switch over to Procreate, and then we'll go from there. So let me switch over to Procreate. Okay, we're in Procreate right now on the iPad. And so as you can see, I'm just adjusting it. And this is my original character. The image I showed you before was vector. This is all pixel, meaning that I drew this. And so I want to show you today just the power of clipping mask and what they can do in terms of character design, as well as the benefit of using clipping mask for even animation. If you want to do like whether it's puppet animation or even just 2D frame by frame animation, clipping masks are very helpful. And the thing that made me think about this particular feature was I was watching this artist. He's very skilled, and he said that he didn't understand clipping mask, and he never used them. So he always created a mask for everything. But clipping masks are really simple, especially in Procreate. So I'll get it going. Clicking here, you can see my layers. And right now I'm on the eyeball layer, right? So there is no clipping mask currently. And so when I move the eyeballs around, you can see that it's not within the socket, right? And so the benefit of having a clipping mask is, especially from a character design, if I wanted to animate this in Procreate, you have different animation features. I would want to put this in a clipping mask, and all I have to do is tap this layer where the eyeballs are, clipping mask here. Let me delete this layer right here. And you can see that it's actually clipping to this eye socket. If I turn it off, the whites are what will be considered the eye socket. And so when I put the eyeballs on the clipping mask, as you can see, whoops, wrong layer. Make sure you're on the right layer. If I go to move the eyeballs, you can see that they're being clipped to the socket, so it makes it look like the eyes are inside of his socket, so to speak. So it makes it look like the eyeballs are moving around. Whereas if they weren't on a clipping mask, I'll remove the clipping mask so you can see it would be featuring outside of that. So utilizing the clipping mask, again, just from a character design perspective, it can save you a lot of time. So you don't have to keep redrawing the same elements over and over. So whenever you're doing design, character design, or anything else, even with colors and those kinds of things, the clipping mask is a very simple yet powerful tool in character creation. So hopefully that made sense to you. I'll show you once again. I'm going to remove the clipping mask. You can see here, if I move the eyeballs, they're outside of the socket area. However, if I turn the clipping mask back on, voila, you now have eyeballs inside of the eye, and you can reposition them however you want. And if you can see, I've done the same thing with his mouth. If I can find that layer. I've done the same thing with his mouth. It's all clipped. If I take off the clipping mask, you can see how it looks. But turn on the clipping mask, everything is in its proper place, and you can do a lot of dynamic things utilizing the clipping mask, especially when it comes to animation. So that's pretty much it for the day. I wanted to keep this real simple, real short and clean. And maybe in some of the future ones, I can show you some other features. I'll show you real quick my Illustrator file. And this is vector. So this is, I believe I did the clipping mask over here as well. Yeah, I did the clipping mask. This is in vector. So this is what I'll be utilizing in order to animate it in a timeline fashion. Some of my animations that I've done have been all hand drawn, but this is more or less a puppet rig that I'm building specifically for this character, Big Head Charles. Again, this is Leif. I'm out. Hopefully this was a quick tip for you. Hopefully that this was something that you'll be able to utilize. And also you can utilize the same feature in both Illustrator and Photoshop. And if you're into animation, you can use this feature in After Effects as well. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. If there's any other things that you would like to see me do a tutorial on or just talk about, definitely leave a comment and let me know, and I'll be sure to include those in my future broadcasts. Anyway, I appreciate you, and I thank you. Bye.